Hello, smarty adults. I want to tell you about a new podcast that might keep you up all night. If you're a fan of ghosts, ghouls, and mysterious monsters, you're gonna love Monster Talk, the science show about monsters. This podcast, for adults only, uses science and skepticism to explore the fascinating realm of cryptozoology, ghosts, and goblins. Since 2009, hosts Blake Smith and Karen Stalzenow, along with expert guests, have been shedding light on these enigmatic creatures and sharing their stories. Now, Monster Talk isn't about proving if monsters exist, but rather about understanding what these tales say about our world. With episodes ranging from 30 to 40 minutes, Monster Talk is an ideal listen for adults who are intrigued and captivated by the paranormal and supernatural. But again, due to adult language, this podcast may not be suitable for the kiddos. Parental discretion is strongly advised. Monster Talk is available on iTunes, Spotify, or the podcast platform of your choice. A podcast that brings a fresh perspective to the distant past. Join hosts Jen McMenemy and Jenny Williamson as they delve into fascinating topics like the use of war elephants in ancient battles, the enigmatic role of mythology in shaping ancient cultures, and the mysteries surrounding ancient natural disasters. And recent episodes like Berserkers on the Battlefield and Catholic Werewolves showcase the podcast's clever knack for blending educational content with fantastical stories. Now, I must warn you, Ancient History Fangirl is geared towards adults, and as such, contains subject matter that may not be suitable for younger smarty pants. So please, listen at your own discretion. But if you're looking for a lively and enlightening exploration of the ancient world, tune in to Ancient History Fangirl wherever you listen to podcasts.
Coming to you live to tape from the City of Lights, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's another exciting episode of Who Invented That? The game show that asks one simple question: who invented that? All right, let's meet today's contestants. First, from Peconic, New Jersey, it's Gabe.
Yo, what up, Alex? Jersey in the house.
Next, from San Antonio, Texas, it's Tanya.
I didn't come here to lose. Show me the money, Alex.
And finally, our returning champ, from Seattle, Washington, it's Bob.
Salutations, Alex. Let's dispense with the formalities. I think it's a pretty foregone conclusion that I'm going to win.
Well, that's why we play the game. Okay, contestants, hands on buzzers. Here's the first question. For $100, who invented the automatic telegraph? Bob.
Thomas Edison.
Correct. For $200, who invented the phonograph? Bob.
Thomas Edison.
Correct. For $400, who invented the alkaline storage battery?
Thomas Edison.
Also correct. And now for $800, who invented the incandescent light bulb?
Thomas.
Ooh, hang on there, Bob. Gabe beat you to the buzzer. Tell us, Gabe, what is your answer?
Oh, man, I don't know.
I need an answer, Gabe.
I know it. I know this. All the lights and cameras are distracting me.
And speaking of lights and cameras, they were all invented by...
Who? Edison. Thomas Edison.
That's correct. And with $800, Tanya jumps into the lead over Bob.
Wait, what? That's not fair.
Psst, sorry, pal. Looks like she beat you to the punch. Just like Edison beat George Westinghouse and Nikola Tesla to the punch in a battle over electricity.
Excuse me, who are you? Are you here to take my job?
Nah, I don't ask the questions. I answer them.
Bob, are you crying?
It's time for another whiff of science on...
Who smarted? Who smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who Smarted.
Hey, Hello? Anyone there? I can't see you. It's too dark in here. Wait, hang on, let me just... Oh, whoops, sorry, Whiskers. Now where's that light switch? Ah, here it is. That's better. I can see now. But have you ever stopped to think how amazing it is? With a simple flick of a switch, you can turn darkness into light. Of course, this wasn't always the case. Sure, you could light a candle, but isn't it a lot easier and safer to flip a little light switch? Keep in mind, none of this would be possible without a little thing called the light bulb. And that light bulb was made possible by a guy named Thomas Edison. Ever heard of him? Of course you have, Smarty Pants. But how much do you really know about him and all the awesome things he invented?
The phonograph, the mimeograph, and the two-way telegraph.
Now, you may not know what all of those things are, but just like the light bulb, they were all groundbreaking inventions that changed the way people lived and continue to influence the way we live now. And those were just his most famous inventions. Guess how many inventions Edison is credited with? Is it A, over 100, B, over 500, or C, over 1,000? If you picked A or B, you're wrong. In fact, if you added A plus B, you'd still come up short, as Edison held over 1,000 patents in his career. Oh, and a patent is just a fancy word for a unique invention. Even though he died in 1931, to this day, he is still in the running as America's greatest inventor. But what's truly amazing is it almost never happened. Because when Thomas was a little boy, he was terrible at school. Don't believe me? Let's ask the man himself. But how can we do that if Edison was only alive until the 1930s? I know. We'll use this time machine that Edison invented to transport him from the past to the present.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Edison didn't invent the time machine. Nobody did. Yet. So how are we going to get back in time and talk to a young Thomas Edison? We're going to use the only invention ever created that makes the impossible possible. And to find out what that is, and to talk to a young Thomas Edison, stick around.
Breaking news! Across the globe, sounds are mysteriously going missing. Waves aren't crashing, crickets aren't chirping, and the familiar jingle of the ice cream truck is a distant memory. Follow Detective Hunch and his new sidekick, Audie the Ear, as they solve sound mysteries and track down the nefarious sound swindler. All with a little help from me, LeVar Burton. Listen to Sound Detectives wherever you get your podcasts. Sound Detectives is sponsored by Half Price Books.
Join Hoda Kotb for a brand new season of her podcast, Making Space.
I feel this season is more personal to me.
Uplifting conversations with television host Maria Menounos, The Office star and author Rainn Wilson, and more.
All of our guests provide something special, every single one. Come with me on this journey, and I promise you'll leave stronger than when you started.
New episodes of Making Space with Hoda Kotb are released every Wednesday. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
So, what is the only invention that allows you to make the impossible possible and is the closest thing we have to a time machine? Why? It's your imagination. Clear your mind of all thoughts and think about young Thomas Edison when he was 16 years old and just getting started inventing new things. He had brown hair, small eyes, chubby cheeks, and a sly smile on his face. I think he liked to wear hats. Can you picture him?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, let's bring him out here. All right, boys and girls, my next guest is coming to us direct from the year 1863, courtesy of our very sophisticated imaginations. I'd like to welcome young Thomas Edison to the show.
Who are you? Where am I?
It's the year 2020, and you're a guest on my podcast.
A what on a what?
A guest on my podcast. Who smarted?
Who smarted?
Who smarted?
It wasn't me. You can't prove it.
No, that's just the name of the... Never mind. I was wondering if you might enlighten our young listeners and tell them about how you almost didn't become one of the most famous inventors of all time because your teachers thought you couldn't learn.
Oh, okay. When I was a small child, I got pretty sick, so I didn't start school right away. When I was feeling better, I returned to school, but I was behind everyone else. The teacher thought I was disruptive and couldn't pay attention. After just 3 months, they kicked me out, saying I couldn't be taught.
That must have been tough.
It was. But luckily, my mother had been a teacher herself in Canada, and had always helped my 6 older brothers and sisters with their schoolwork, so she decided to just homeschool me. That's when I learned to love learning. I even taught myself Morse code.
Oh, do you guys out there know what Morse code is? Why don't you explain it to everyone, Tommy?
Who doesn't know about Morse code? Everyone's using it.
Yeah, in 1863. Just explain it, will you?
Sure. It's a way to send messages using sounds. Each letter of the alphabet is assigned a unique combination of long and short signals, what we call dashes and dots. Using a machine called a telegraph, you tap out messages letter by letter.
Cool. What did it sound like?
Here, I'll play 2 sounds. See if you can tell which is a dot and which is a dash.
What do you guys think? Did the first one sound like a dot, short and quick, and the second one sounded like a dash, longer and drawn out?
Like I said, each letter is a different set of dots and dashes, and using them, you spell out whole words.
Can you give us an example?
Okay, take a listen. Any idea what that message said?
It's raining tacos.
No, it said, hello.
Ah, close.
It takes some getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, listening to Morse code is like listening to someone talk in person.
I think I like texting better.
Texting?
Never mind. It must make you feel good knowing some of your inventions are still being used 157 years into the future.
157 years? Are you saying this is the year 2020?
Yes.
And you're still using Morse code?
No. The telegraph and Morse code went out of fashion a while ago. We all use cell phones now.
What's a cell phone?
Doesn't matter. But hey, the light bulb, still a big hit.
What's a light bulb?
That's right, you didn't invent that until you're 32. And then you'll get into a whole war with George Westinghouse and Nikola Tesla about direct current versus alternating current. They end up making a pretty decent movie out of it.
Movie? What's a movie?
Right, you don't invent the movie camera until 1889 when you're 42. Anyway, we better send you back now before things get too weird.
Wait. If you're really from the future, who wins the...
Sorry, no spoilers. Thanks for stopping by, and good luck with your 1,000 plus inventions.
Wait, I invent 1,000 things? That's some pumpkins.
Yeah, nobody says that anymore. Imagination, off. Okay, Smarty Pants. Final exam time. Let's see how well you were paying attention. Which of these modern-day products was developed in part thanks to an early invention by Thomas Edison? Is it A, the record player, B, the printer, C, the movie camera, D, the power grid? Got your answer? Well, whichever one you picked, you're right, because they're all based on original inventions by Thomas Edison. His phonograph led to the modern record player. His mimeograph led to today's superfast printers and copiers. His kinetoscope led to today's high-tech movie cameras and projectors. And his original idea for a large central power plant to power light bulbs in people's homes across an entire neighborhood led to today's modern power grids that keep entire cities running. So your home has the power to run everything from the internet to your toaster, all thanks to a young kid whose teachers never thought he'd amount to anything.
Ooh, Edison, Thomas Edison.
Right again, Tanya.
Yes.
Sorry, Bob. Looks like we have a new champion. Oh, goodness, he's crying again. Could someone turn off the lights?
Thanks for listening to Who Smarted? Today's episode, Edison, was written by Jason Williams and voiced by Charlotte Cohn, Adam Tex Davis, Kim Davis, Dan Bromfield, and Jason Williams. Technical direction and sound design by Josh Hahn. Who Smarted was recorded and mixed at the Relic Room Studio. Theme song by Brian Suarez. Lyrics written and performed by Adam Tex Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. New episodes of Who Smarted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And free curriculum and activities available on whosmarted.com. This has been an Atomic Entertainment production.
Who Smarted?